Good morning, peeps. It is a beautiful Sunday, and I've got to go into work. That's expected. We have a crazy schedule next week, and I haven't been in the weekend forever, so I can't complain. As far as TV stations go, I got a pretty decent schedule. 23 years now, mostly 9 to 5. I mean, there's been cluster bombs where we've come in on the weekends, but for the most part, 9 to 5. So that's pretty amazing at a television station. Now, with the show and everything, it's expanding a bit. I'm staying till 6 at night, maybe 7 some nights. It might be later than that other nights, but you know, we're getting a grip on this thing, so it's coming together. So certainly a little glimmer of light at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, it's coming together. So anyway, that's what I'm doing this morning. Enjoying this beautiful day at work. But it's going to be a short day. We're going to hopefully be back home at 2 is the goal. So yeah, we had a fun weekend yesterday, just hanging out, enjoying this weather. Finally dried up a little bit. It's so rainy, crazy rain. And yep, Christmas, New Year's was good. Playing with all our toys. My boy's gonna start his own channel. You gotta check him out, bro. If he ever puts it together, he's got his own little mic and stuff. He's building his own little studio and set. Yeah, that'll be cool. He wants to do I guess kind of like a live gameplay and review kind of thing. I don't know if that's really a vlog or a video posting. He says he wants to make videos, but I think live's where it's at, where you do live commentary as you play. You know, you send it to all your friends and play it live. My oldest son's got a friend who's got a channel. It's pretty successful. And he does live commentary while he's playing. He looks at his laptop and, you know, there's Q&A on the screen and a little picture-in-picture, him over the, you know, in the window of the screen. All that good stuff. That's cool. It's all fun. I mean, the boy plays enough games. He should at least post some of it. He's apparently pretty good. Yeah, so that's cool for him. So I might borrow his microphone every now and then. I'm going to try to get into voice work. Everyone says, you've got such a great voice. You sound like a TV announcer. I'm like, okay. So I go to the voice sites where you send your samples in. And like most things these days, no replies. I mean, what happened to the days of a cordial, no thank you? You know? Nothing. No replies. You know, it's like, did my email make it? Okay, you're not interested. You got people that sound like me already. I'm flat. Go practice. Go rehearse. Something. But no, never. No replies. Like, that's so annoying. So there's lesser sites, but this one's called Internet Jock. And it's a really cool site. For us, as for producers, it's like a kid in a candy store. You know, you got endless talent that are amazingly good. I mean, these guys are good. Of course, they blow me out of the water. I don't do this for a living, you know. Every now and then, when I was doing commercials, I would step in and do a read for free. Never got any money out of it, you know. But you know, do a quick read, and then you know, post it, and it was okay. It sounded okay. I mean, I could tell. I mean, after you do it so long, you lose the self-conscious awareness of it all, and you just listen to it compared to other announcers, and you go, yeah, I'm not that good. You know, I'm not that good. You know, there's like I guess that falls in the category of musicians, like musical people. Someone that can play a guitar and do Mary Had a Little Lamb, as opposed to, you know, I don't know, Guns N' Roses or something, you know, Slash ripping up a guitar. You know, it's like someone who really knows how to play and someone that can just play a guitar. You know, so it's like, I think that's where I fall. You know, it's like some people are like, you know, you got a great voice. Well, that's because I sound a little bit more like a TV announcer than your neighbor, who's a, you know, whatever. He just doesn't do it. You hang around those people, you start talking like that, I guess. And but anyway, yeah. So I might try doing that again since he's got a nice mic set up. So I have to set up some acoustical padding for him and help him frame up his background. Because you always want, wait, how's it go like this one? You want depth. Put yourself with a vanishing point behind your head and have walls going like this behind you. And it always looks cooler that way. Or just have a lot of depth. Basically, get the furthest back, get the background as far back as possible. Clean it up, make it look nice. These days you gotta have something orange and something blue. Why, I don't know. Seems to be the thing. In TV it's been blue. Since I started in TV 25 years ago, it's blue. That's old news. You know, now they throw a little splash of, they warm it up, so it's not all cold and blue. It's got a little splash of warmth, like a little closet that's opened up with orange light coming out. And you got a cool blue wall back here, so that's standard stuff. None of that stuff's hard to do. Copying is the easiest thing in the world, so just look at somebody else's vlog and see how they're making their background look jazzy. And I'm telling you, it's either orange or blue. Guarantee it. So, yeah, that's fun. So that'll be cool. My boy gets into that. It's kind of funny. He never really expressed any interest in that. Last time I got him involved in any video project, he was probably 11. And that was the last time. So, I don't know, just not his thing. Hey, fine with me. Last thing I want to do is drag my kids kicking and screaming into my silly world of production. So if they want to come, please come join in and have fun with me. Now the fun part lasts for about the first 10 minutes. After that, it's like, do we have to stay out here? It's hot, it's raining, there's mosquitoes, it's muddy, I'm hungry, I gotta go meet my friend. You said this was gonna take 1 hour, it's taken 3 hours. Yeah. So just know, you always hear this. You always hear this in when you talk to someone about time estimation. You know, if you think it's going to take 1 hour to shoot this one scene, I would say triple it. Triple it. It's so many unknowns. This is every day, every time. Okay, the little show we're doing. Okay. We're doing a 35-foot trailer with lighting that needed lights and all these things. And the guy came in. Thank God the guy came in, because it's like we needed power, electricity, power drops, lighting. We got to figure out how we're going to shoot him in the trailer. It's like, it's complicated. You know, it's like, and that's the first show. The first show, you know. And then we're doing him 4 hours after the show actually shoots, so we got to wrap it, shoot him on a separate tape, edit him down. It's like, it's always like that. That's day one. We got all these curveballs, you know? And that's just the way production is. None of this is surprising to us old-timers who have been in this biz for 25 plus years. That's just the way production works. You think you're gonna go shoot a bologna sandwich in someone's kitchen? Oh, no. It's not that easy. Guess what? The person that was supposed to bring the bologna got sick, so you got no meat. So someone's gotta run out and get bologna while you're setting up for the shoot, because your lighting guy forgot the extension cords. 1,000 things go wrong. Now you can make checklists till you're blue in the face. It's all you can do is, with experience, every morning before you head to that destination, make sure you at least do a minimal checklist of things you need to bring. If you see you have a camera, tripod, make sure you got the mounting bracket between the camera and the tripod, you know, and you got your lights, make sure you got extension cords. Now bulbs are a thing of the past, but back in the day you had to have bulbs. Extension cords for tripods, mounting brackets for the tripods if they need them. You know, it's just all these little things that once you've been burned, there's no way. I think you can be as prepared as you want to. I got a guy who did this show, and this guy is on it. He is on it. I mean, I don't even know how he's on top of it. This I've been doing it 25 years. He's a youngster from UNO, he majored in film. He's got these checklists with checklists, and supplies lists with supplies lists, and people to check each list 3 times, and people to check all the equipment, and people to do this, and people to do that. It's like, that's just the prep to get to the location. You know, this is common practice. I didn't major in this, so I always wing it. You know, we always wing it. Now, when you work at a TV station for so long, and you've done 25,000 TV commercials, you start knowing the minimal amount of material you need to bring out there. So if you got a camera, you got a disc, you got batteries. I mean, batteries are nice, but poop hits the fan. Make sure you got your AC power supply always living on that van for that camera. You know, you got a tripod, you got audio, if there's audio, okay? And last on the list, talent. And how about you actually have somebody to shoot? You know, that's how it works in some of these shoots we've gone on. You know, you leave it up to the chef/owner/CEO of the restaurant. And he's, oh yeah, no problem, I'll get somebody. You show up on the shoot date, guess what? You got nobody. You got a chef who's grumpy because he was there until 4 in the morning because some giant party came in from Australia or whatever the story is. You know, this guy's grumpy, gruff, does not look camera ready. You know, kind of looks like the chef off of You Can't Do That on Television. And this is our one guy because he brought in no friends or family that day. So you make the best out of it. You know, you don't shoot him. You shoot maybe his hands after he washes them, flipping some pretty food, dicing up some stuff, flames in the background. You got to make it look like a Chili's commercial. You know, for $800. Yeah, you know, sometimes. And then you just shoot the food, make the food the star. You know, talk about the food, tight shots, prop it up, make it look good. Get it the heck out of a styrofoam container. Whatever you can do, don't show a styrofoam container, okay? You, as a producer, bring in a nice little pretty plate, a white plate. If the styrofoam's white, it's served in white, at least get a white porcelain plate, okay? People can figure out that, you know, we're gonna get handed a styrofoam plate, but whatever. But lie a little bit, okay? You gotta fudge it a little bit to make it look pretty, okay? When you go to Wendy's, do you get a tabletop full of fresh recipes with a razor sharp $300 butcher knife next to it? No, I get handed a wilted little hamburger in a wilted piece of paper, okay? Doesn't look like the picture, okay? But admit that picture makes you want to have that hamburger, okay? And with enough imagination, you can imagine you're eating that hamburger, you know? So, yeah, that's kind of, I don't know. That's kind of the deal when you shoot these things. Or any production shoot, you got to shoot the pretty stuff. You know, there's no way around it. You got to shoot the pretty stuff, or you got to make the ugly stuff pretty. You know, I mean, we've all seen them. You know, this is why the television station I work for, we're like known as the best low budget house in town, because we really can shine a turd. We can. We show up, we got nothing to work with. End of the day, they got a decent looking commercial. They got something that looks like a $5,000 commercial for $800. That's how we roll, you know? And yeah, that's not saying much when you're in the world of, you know, $500,000 budgets. But guess what? Day in and day out, you don't have a $500,000 budget, you know? And oftentimes, all these big ad agencies that fold up and wrap up and change and morph into somebody else, what happens is they get their one golden goose, you know, their golden egg laying goose, and they live off that. You know, they got tiny little feeders underneath that help support, you know, in between. But they get their one goose, and they bank all their stock into that one goose, and a couple years later, that goose gets courted by some other ad agency that took them to a nicer dinner that night, and they're gone. So they lost their goose, so guess what? That ad agency has to fire everybody, lay them off, and they all dissipate and find other ad agencies that have a golden goose. That's kind of how agencies work that I've noticed in town. They all have, when I say one, I mean 1 to 5 golden gooses, you know, golden geeses. And yeah, that's kind of what I've seen in the market, at least around New Orleans. You know, the big projects will hop around. You know, whoever's giving them a better deal, well, whatever reason, take them to a better part of Hawaii for a vacation. You know, who knows? Whatever the motivation is, but they move around a lot. So maybe this one a fresh look. You know, after 5-10 years with the same agency, if it starts getting stale, you got to, you know, rotate your product. You know, so it's a weird world. But when you're actually shooting them, I love it. That's fun. I love it when I'm in between the camera and the talent. That is fun. Talent being po' boys most of the time. We rarely get to, you know, direct acting. It's always a CEO rehearsing a script, you know. So my job as producer/director is to get that CEO to read it the warmest way possible, as if he's actually speaking to his mother or his father, you know. How would you say this to your dad, you know? What does your company do? Explain it to your dad. He has no idea, you know. You're not going to read it like a typewriter, you know. We make tennis shoes. Shoes are great because people need shoes. You know, it's like, it's not, you can't do it that way. You know, a lot of people get uptight and do it that way. But a lot of these people are, you know, been business owners for 50 years. So they've done so many public speeches, they're fine, you know. But being on camera and a public speaker, two different things, you know. You know, some people are okay with speeches because they rehearse them, you know, 150 times, and they just do the same speech once a month, you know, so they're used to it, you know, they can knock this out. But when you ask people to improv and kind of, you know, sound conversational, a lot of people can do it. Some can, some can't. You you need a good host, lead person, interviewing them to put them at ease and make it feel like they're actually having a conversation. You gotta it's the way you ask them the questions too. So I don't know, it's fun. It's some days it's fun. Last week we had a fun little day. We got to shoot 5 segments with these little 2 old ladies, and they do this cooking segment. It's really funny, and we had a good time. Everybody was rolling. They're just hilarious. They basically bicker the whole time, and our host just kind of jumps in, says her 2 cents, and backs off and lets them bicker, jumps in, and then wraps them up and gets out of there. It's just funny. They're in their own little cloud of their own little world, and it's kind of funny. It's like, remember in Peanuts when Pigpen